Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hoo-wee mama. Anyway, thanks for joining us on today's video. We are talking about 99 Ferrari 550 Maranello. Anyway, you say to yourself, wow, Tony, that's a big deal, whatever. Well, I'll tell you why it's a big deal. Because keep in mind, they built less than 400 of these cars, not for the US, but worldwide. And less than 100 of them came to the US. So this could be one of 70, could be one of less than 10 silver, and with a car that's driven roughly 2,700 miles a year since its birth, it's an awesome, awesome example. So I will say this to you, that Ferrari does lay on some great paint, and I wanted you to come on up and have a peek at that. Not super easy to see the silver in the lights that are here, but just a nice car that's done just a fit and finish of everything around the car. Let's walk around for a second, look at some of the styling. Now keep in mind, this is the world's fastest production car in 1999. Big horsepower jump from the 98 models to the 99 models to 485 horsepower. You know, all these cars do something, whether it's a muscle car, an exotic like this or whatever. Styling is a big part of it, because if the car was just a box but it was super fast, it would never sell. But then you got to throw in styling, and styling has to be functional also. You're talking about cars like this that can hit 200 miles an hour. But in the same breath, they throw in a styling feature like Ram Air that's on a Camaro or a big block 4 or something like that, and it still carries over. Smooth over headlights. This spoiler here that kind of splits things up and keeps the front end planted down. All of that's there for a reason. It looks great, and they did a great job, and then they went ahead and went a little farther, okay? So now we got a car that's super high performance, generates some downforce in the front, but I also need to be able to stop it, right? So they throw in these. Now the reason they put 18s from the factory on here back in 99, and nobody was really doing 18s much, is because of how big the brake and rotor are. Absolutely ginormous in there. Then you got these vents here. This is kind of cool too. This is the original clear bra that was on the car since 99. That's how well this car's been taken care of. It's in a couple different spots. It's yellowed over time, and we can replace that for you. But I just wanted to leave it on here so you could see the originality and how well, and the condition of this car and how well it's really been taken. Another thing you can tell a little bit about a car is tires. And the reason why I say that is, like, if this is your just you know, the nanny's car or something like that, or it's just your daily driver, or not even your daily driver, just a car, you're going to put the cheapest tires, or if it needs tires and you're getting ready to sell it, you're going to put a cheap set of tires on it. But if this is your baby, or you love this car, you're going to buy the best tire you can. You're not going to overspend for it, but you're going to buy the best tire you can. And in this case here, came with Michelin pilots on it, which said to me, top of line tire, awesome. The beautiful fender vents, this piece right here, just some of the styling features as we walk around are great. So come on, check out the back here. This exhaust system coming right out the centers of the ends of the bumper. And then one thing too, small piece of styling, but all of this here, look. This rear spoiler to keep the ass end down. All right, let's check the peek under here. Let's look here for a second. What I want to show you is what you can't see, and that's nothing. And the great thing about it is you can't see anything for a reason, and that's so that this car here is nice and flat underneath, keeps the air nice and stable, because as air gets caught on things underneath, it makes it more turbulence, lifts the car, less grip, and the car gets twitchy. All right, sometimes you see the NASCAR drivers or some of the IMSA racing, maybe even some Indy stuff, you can see the car's twitching a little bit, and that's because there's a lot of air underneath, and the car is fighting for traction. And we're talking about cars here that make almost 500 horsepower. You need all the traction that you can get. Hence the giant rear tires that are in here laying the pavement down. And I will say this too about this car, the touch and feel of everything is really nice. When the doors close, it's like funk. It's when you pull the release for the hood, it just has this great quality feel. There's nothing cheap and cheesy about it. Some of this is interesting in the sense that it's all original in here, and it looks really good. For instance, like the liner inside here is the original liner from Overtime. Still the red cam covers are there. Little bits of red on the intake manifolds. Look at this. Ram Air, fresh cold air from here, from the hood scoop, a la circa 60s muscle cars and you know, Ferrari exotics of today. This beautiful cap right here for the oil is like this heavy duty aluminum piece, kind of made out of billet. Okay, and this is important too if you're buying a car like this. First off, we have service records with it, but secondly, this is the original stickers and VIN and colors from the car. And if this car had been in an accident, this piece would probably have to be replaced, and you couldn't buy those stickers. And the fact that they're still there says to me that this is a well taken care of car, unmolested, and still really, really nice. Okay? Okay, as a Grand Touring car too, keep in mind you got to be able to go someplace. Great piece of personal space back here which hides everything. Then there's a whole another luggage shelf inside the car. But for instance, right here, you could get either the fitted luggage from Ferrari, okay, that tucks itself in here in like a puzzle, or two nice soft bags that would fit in there and take you wherever you wanted to go. Okay, this is nice too. Check this out. Owner's manuals, toolkit, everything right in here strapped in that great looking Italian leather color. This trunk lid is so light. But listen, when it closes, okay, so for my $200,000 plus, what am I getting, right? I got this giant engine in there, making almost 500 horsepower, giant brakes, ridiculous styling outside, okay? And then let's move to the inside and see where the Italians do what they do best. And when you buy an Italian suit and you slip one on for the first time, you get it at that point too. Okay, these are the optional Daytona seats, all right? They're a pretty hefty upgrade from the regular seats, but they fit and feel so good. First off, look how deep this part is. So these are the sport seats also, and they hold you in place. Look how much I'm squeezed in here, and I'm able to be comfortable, but I don't move around if I decide to push the car a little bit. Back here is a storage shelf that I was telling you about. You can also get luggage for this car too, and you use these belts here to hold it down. These are designed to be Grand Touring cars, meaning you could take them on a really long ride because they're so comfortable. And it comes with a 220 mile an hour speedometer and a 10,000 RPM tach. So we talked about the Daytona seats and some of the other stuff here. Even the carpeting, the way they do the carpeting is all form fitted, it's wrapped in whatever. This also comes standard with a full leather interior. What that means is the console covered in leather, the dash is covered in leather. The headliner, I wish you guys could see the way it's almost like a tray ceiling in your house, or the way that's done. The visors have this awesome feel because they're covered in leather. All right, of course the steering wheel is leather, but the hand rests, everything in here swathed in leather, and it's just amazing. More gauges in here, climate control, and then you have the really cool button called the sport mode, and the sport mode changes how the throttle bodies react. It changes the suspension over to a lot more firm. It very much changes the nature of the car, and just makes for an awesome experience. You can take it to the track, take it out on the country road, or just drive it for a really long distance. It's just a very unmolested car. Nothing really on the car has been changed. Here's the original radio. It's got the cassette deck in it since '99. I say we could probably update that for you if you wanted to. We could get the AM, FM, CD, satellite, and iPod in that hole for you, and we'll just keep this, put it in a trunk, put it in a box for you, and then you can just keep it with the car. How about we fire it up for you after all that chit chat, and so you can see what it's really getting for your money. Smooth as silk. Close it up in here from inside the car this time, and the reason why is because you need to look at the car. Even this car makes somebody even as ugly as me look, well, I don't know what it makes me look like, but anyway, where I'm going with this is cool car, great colors, great history, low miles, service records, service now and ready to go. So all you have to do is take delivery, turn the key, and go for a ride. I'm telling you, man, if you can afford to get a car like this, it is spectacular. In your lifetime, you have to get one. Call us 301-816-1000, and we'll tell you all about this beautifully original 550 Maranello.